Hi guys, welcome to Bioxplaining. This is your biology educator Anuska Sen, and in this video I'm going to discuss about the structure of the human heart and the process of double circulation. Okay, so the human heart is complicated like this, but to understand it very clearly, we are going to break it down into a box-like structure like this. Okay, so what do we have in the structure? Let us see very carefully. On top, we have two chambers known as the auricles or the atria. Right? So this is the right atria, this is the left atria. A lot of you have confusion about left and right. So the drawing that you see is your own heart, right? Is your own heart. That means this is a mirror image. So this one is the right side, this is the left side. Then the lower chambers are known as the ventricles. So this one is your right ventricle, the other one is your left ventricle. Right, now what do you have? Let us see one by one. On top of the right atria, what do we see? We are finding there are three lines that I've drawn. What are these? One is SVC, that is the superior vena cava, which brings deoxygenated blood from the anterior parts of the body. Then you have inferior vena cava, which brings deoxygenated blood from the lower parts of the body. And then you have the coronary veins, which bring deoxygenated blood from the heart itself. Okay, then below that you can see a box-like structure which I have drawn. This is to represent the SA node. What does the SA node stand for? It stands for the sinoatrial node. And the sinoatrial node is known as the natural pacemaker of the heart. Then the next structure that you have to consider is in between the right and the right auricle and ventricle, you've got a tricuspid valve. The tricuspid valve is in between the right auricle and ventricle. On the other hand, between the left auricle and ventricle, you have got the bicuspid valve. Right? So cusps means flaps. Tricuspid has 3 flaps, bicuspid has 2 flaps. So I ask my students to remember in this manner, say R3L2. What does this mean? That means on the right hand side of the heart, we have got the tricuspid. On the left hand side, we have got the bicuspid. Below, what do we have? See, there's something which is shaped like a moon here. Right? So this moon-shaped structure is a half moon. So we call it to be a semi-lunar valve. Lunar is of the moon. That is guarding the opening between your right ventricle and the pulmonary artery. Now, the pulmonary artery does the job of taking deoxygenated blood to your lungs. So you have two lungs, right? Left and right. So you will be having again two parts of the pulmonary artery. One is the right pulmonary artery. The other is the left pulmonary artery. Okay, and this structure that comes out of the ventricle is your pulmonary trunk that gets divided into your right and left pulmonary artery. On the left hand side, you have yet another half moon shaped structure, which is your semilunar valves, and that guards the opening of the aorta from the left ventricle. And overall, the left and the right side of the heart is separated by the septum, which is a partition between them. So this is the basic structure of the human heart. Now, based on this, we are going to study about the process of double circulation. So talking about double circulation, what is it? Blood flows through the heart twice to complete one full circulation of the body. And since it flows twice, we call it to be double circulation. So what are the two routes? First, we have pulmonary circulation, which is deoxygenated blood flowing through the right side of the heart to your lungs, then back to the left auricle as oxygenated blood. We are doing this in details in just a minute. So pulmonary, this word means related to the lungs. And the second route that we have is the systemic circulation, wherein oxygenated blood flows from the left side of the heart to all parts of the body and then it gets back to the heart. So this word systemic refers to related to all other parts of the body. Step 1. Deoxygenated blood from all parts of the body enter the right auricle or the right atrium through the vena cava. The vena cava has 3 parts: superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, and the coronary sinus. This is step 1. Now, step 2, that deoxygenated blood which was there in the right atrium, now it will flow down into the right ventricle. And this will flow only when the tricuspid valve opens. The tricuspid valve needs to be opened for this blood to cross the tricuspid valve and enter into the right ventricle. In step 3, the deoxygenated blood will now enter into the pulmonary trunk. So I'll just write this as your pulmonary artery. The deoxygenated blood will enter the pulmonary artery, and as we have just seen in the structure of the heart, there's this half moon shaped valve that's present, which is your semilunar valve. What is the job of this semilunar valve? It will prevent the backflow of blood from the pulmonary artery to the right ventricle. Okay. Now, so where is the deoxygenated blood in right now? In the pulmonary artery. What does the pulmonary artery do? Step 4. The pulmonary artery carries this deoxygenated blood into the lungs. What will the lungs do? They will oxygenate the blood. That is, the deoxygenated blood will get converted to oxygenated blood. In step 5, this oxygenated blood now gets back to the left atrium, and through whom it enters through the pulmonary veins. So I guess all of you have taken this into consideration that of all the arteries and veins, pulmonary artery and veins are an exception. That is, pulmonary veins are gonna carry oxygenated blood, while pulmonary artery is gonna carry deoxygenated blood. In general, your arteries carry oxygenated, veins carry deoxygenated, but this is opposite. So where's your blood right now? The oxygenated blood is in the left atrium right now. Step number 6. The oxygenated blood will now cross this bicuspid valve and enter into the left ventricle, right? So only when will it enter the left ventricle is when this bicuspid valve has opened. So blood is now in the left ventricle. Step 7. The oxygenated blood now enters the aorta, crossing through the other semilunar half moon shaped valve that's present. And once it's there into the aorta takes this oxygenated blood to all body parts except lungs. Lungs have already received the deoxygenated blood. So it will take the oxygenated blood to all other body parts. So with that, we come to the end of this video. I've tried to explain the structure of the heart and double circulation in a simplified manner. Hope you like it. And if you think this is useful for you, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel Bioxplaining by Anushka. Stay tuned for more of such interesting videos. Bye-bye.